Здравствуйте, дорогие друзья, с вами Брейнитер, и это канал Реальные Геймеры. Мы продолжаем прохождение эпизодического экшн-квеста Blues and Ballads. Сегодня мы переходим ко второму эпизоду, который называется «Игра с огнем». Поехали!
Previously on Blues and Bullets. Do I know you from someplace?
Me? No. But you do know my boss.
You should be rotting in jail.
Look, Ness. My granddaughter Sophia has been kidnapped.
And I thought I was the only one who still hated you after 20 years. What else have you got?
I don't give a damn what happens to me, Ness. You just save Sophia.
I'll do it. Not for you. For her. Carlo Boccherini. Biggest forger in Santa Esperanza.
Is that our man?
We have to find out who did this, and why. Let's go. You're Osmond Burke, right? Who wrote this note?
Nikolai Ivankov.
Calm down, Burke. You were going to meet up with him, right? It's going to be tonight.
Did they find those kids?
No. How do I look?
Like the invisible man in the movie. No one's gonna buy it.
I'm Osmond Burke, and I have an appointment with your boss.
Да-да, именно так закончился первый эпизод. Я бы лучше не пересказал, чем вы можете увидеть на картинке. Ну что ж, игра очень нам понравилась. И я считаю, что достойное будет продолжение следующих эпизодов. Хотя бы по своей механике и интересным диалогам. Но насчет самой сюжетной завязки я как-то еще сомневаюсь. Потому что некоторые факты из прошлого видео, если вы помните, вводили в некоторое сомнение нас о детективности в стиле нуара именно этого сюжета, а не только именно сеттинга игры. Прослушав предыдущий эпизод, я понял, что я довольно много говорил, и я в этот раз постараюсь воссоздать атмосферу, которая подается игрой и авторами, которые они хотели показать, чтобы именно повествование было интересным. Поэтому смотрим внимательно и рассуждаем по мере необходимости. Очень странно. Игра почему-то подтормаживает.
Strange tent for Christmas week.
Сейчас я отключу интернет, скорее всего, это под проблемы там в Steam, может быть, мне что-то скачивается.
Tell your fortune, young man.
I don't think it'll be good, but go ahead.
Oh, I see success at work. Very soon. Probably the last in a long time.
That's enough for me. You just made my day.
In that case, I'd better not tell you how the affair with that married woman is going to go.
What? How do you know?
It's better if I don't tell you. And that's all we're going to talk. For now. You may leave now. I feel someone is waiting for you.
Вот так вот всегда заинтригуют и ничего не скажут.
Whoa, that was intense.
Хотя я не очень верю в эти предсказания и подобную прочую экстрасенсорику.
Everyone's so excited about the new waterfront. It'll attract the tourists, it'll bring new life to Santa Esperanza. But if we don't get Capone, he'll make sure that it will only bring more death. Hank Sorensen?
Do I know you?
I've heard a lot about you and your establishment.
Oh, good, I hope. The Tipsy Mermaid is famous for its hospitality, charm, and respect for the law.
Really? In that case, I was misinformed.
If you like, you can take a seat and see for yourself. But make it quick. In less than 10 minutes, this place will be crawling with customers who are a lot less discerning than yourself.
И как же мне зайти? Странно, показывают прошлое, а он так и не научился нормально бегать. Давайте в тир зайдем.
If I'm gonna buy something, it better be something for Delphine or Claire.
Это какая-то просто лавка. Но подсвечено красным, мне нужно пройти в это заведение. Тем более меня пригласил его владелец. Но почему-то дверь заблокирована, вход точнее. Вон там еще вижу красное, может быть.
Any luck? They biting?
I've been after this old bastard for months. A giant sea bass, wicked as they come, sharp as a razor, the spawn of Satan himself. But every day he comes a little closer to the hook. I'm gonna land that son of a bitch eventually. Why am I telling you this? I bet you don't know shit about fishing.
Ну, скажем ему буквально, зачем врать старику, тем более которого мы первый раз видим.
You're right. I haven't fished since I was a kid. But if it's so enormous, are you sure you can land it?
Screw you, Satan. Of course I can. The hard part is getting him to bite. And to do that, I need you to shut your goddamn mouth. Now beat it. Go screw yourself.
Ну что ж, поддержим этого грубого дедушку. Терпение и труд, как говорится, все перетрут. Я думаю, он когда-нибудь все-таки его поймает.
Hey there.
Shall we walk?
I hope someday we can walk arm in arm.
Was it hard to get away?
Not really. I told Martha I had to check out a tip-off. In fact, it's true.
That's exactly what Jim told me. On Strawberry Avenue, right?
I left him in charge. It's a routine check. I'm sure it's nothing. At the most, some kind of abandoned bootleggers still. O'Reilly and DePietro were with him. Even Garrison joined them to stretch his legs and take a break from the leads in the accounting book.
Are you certain there's no danger?
Да, вот так сейчас у нас стоит трудный выбор, потому что мы так знаем, что в конце концов случится. И их там всех перебьют, его друзей. И наш ответ сейчас будет влиять на дальнейшие отношения с этой женщиной. Я так понимаю, это Дельфина, жена одного из его лучших друзей. Эх, ну давайте ответим честно, я думаю. Да, правда, она хоть и колет, но она нужна.
I'm not certain of anything anymore. But I had to see you. These last months haven't been easy. We barely see each other. We're drifting apart, and I can't allow this to end badly.
This isn't right. If we go on, I'm gonna end up hating you. I think I already do, almost as much as I hate myself.
Delphine.
Goddamn fish!
Before, I had you as a way of escaping from Jim. But since you began this crusade against alcohol...
Against Capone.
Damn you to hell, Satan!
Ever since you dragged Jim into these untouchables of yours...
Jim Dockers is the best cop in Santa Esperanza, and the most
You
honest.
sent him out on a raid so you could see his wife, Elliot. How can you look him in the face after that?
I'll tear out your liver, you unholy abomination!
Дед отлично разбавляет обстановку. Ну что, женщины любят, когда к ним проявляют чувства. Но если мы выберем профессионализм, то мы, конечно, покажем себя с лучшей стороны. Ну, давайте подыграем женщине.
It's not his face I care about, Delphine.
When I'm with him, he only talks about you, and now you only talk about him?
It was you who...
You screwed everything up. Can't you see that?
I'll rip your scales out one by one with my fucking teeth!
Ну, я думаю, нам просить прощения не за что. Будем оправдываться.
There's nothing I can do. I owe it to the city.
Right. You owe me nothing. Nor do I to you.
Как же они любят все усложнять.
It's over, Elliot.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna cut you up and just chop you into little...
Will you shut up? We're having a conversation.
No, I'm not gonna shut up until I've landed that son of a bitch!
Do you want a Christmas punch in the square?
Come on.
I'm serious. When I cast the line, the hook got caught round the back in my pants.
No!
Just on the seam, you know where. Ripped it right open.
Tell me there was no one behind you.
Well, of course there was. The girl I was trying to impress. And her father, and the rest of her family. Imagine the scene. There I was, shorts on display.
What can I get for the happy couple?
2 glasses of Christmas punch, please.
Coming right up. With or without alcohol?
Угрожать. Ну, не будем трогать официанта, это его работа, проигнорировать.
Without, please.
Well, of course. Besides, we don't serve alcohol here. No siree. At the Tipsy Mermaid, we have the greatest respect for the law.
I think Jim suspects something.
Все время это она начинает про него, а потом обижается.
I don't think so. He's far too honest to suspect me.
Elliot, we have to stop seeing each other. It won't be such a big change. Really, I think it's best if we break it off. Jim needs me, your priority is your work, and I don't see any other way.
Так, порвать отношения, но я думаю, обижаться на нее не будем. Уйти. Это как-то по-женски. Что такое подождать, интересно?
All I'm asking for is patience. I'm about to wipe out Capone. We got his accounting book. Garrison is sifting through it. As soon as he ties up a couple of loose ends, we can haul him in for tax evasion. Santa Esperanza will be free, and so will we.
What if it takes time to tie up those loose ends?
What's the difference? We agreed to carry on until Claire grew up, and that's still a long way off. Time's on our side, and then...
And then what? If you put Capone away, you'll find another crusade, another obsession, another reason nobody can get close to you.
Может быть, все-таки она права.
I don't know you anymore, Elliot. You really are untouchable. And I am Jim Docker's wife. Besides, if I want to study medicine, I'm gonna need time. I can't steal it from my family.
I know, and I support you, but...
2 glasses of Christmas punch for the happy couple. The fuzz really screwed up this time, huh?
What do you mean?
Can't you hear the sirens? On the radio, they're saying 4 cops got pumped full of lead. Not that I'm glad to hear it, of course.
Where?
On Strawberry Avenue, I think.
No, 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 no! Jim!
Wait!
What?
Куда идти? Я не могу понять. Ну, давайте
I'll
пойдем
come
с
with you.
ней.
No. Oh my god. Jim!
Почему? У меня такое ощущение, что персонаж изменился
Looks like someone said something they shouldn't have.
с первого эпизода, когда вот мы атаковали дом Капона.
Whiskey. A bottle. Now.
We don't serve alcohol here, sir. At the Tipsy Mermaid, we have the greatest respect for the law.
You took delivery of 12 cases on Wednesday night. Bring me a bottle, or I'll make sure you rot in jail for the rest of your sorry little life.
1 bottle of whiskey coming right up.
Garrison. O'Reilly. DePietro. Dockers. Garrison. O'Reilly. DePietro. Dockers.
настоящее время мы пришли к Иванкову в роли Берка. Для совершения какой-то сделки. У нас с собой чемодан с $1 миллион. Я даже не представляю, какие-то деньги были в 40-х годах. И где они, как они вообще вырвали эту наличность, как говорится, из экономики страны. Ну, скорее всего, не добыто нелегальным путем. Серьезно все на самом деле. Больше похоже на лабораторию сумасшедшего ученого СС, чем советскую подлодку, подводную лодку. Такой стандартный стереотип. Русский с бутылкой водки и в кожаной куртке.
The fucking Negro.
Theseus is my bodyguard, and he's a good one. I always choose the best. Especially when I'm traveling with a heavy load.
Jesus Christ, Burke. You're a mess. I'm delighted I finally get to meet the star of the newsreels. Although I won't be able to say I saw your face. Will you be like that for long?
Ну что, будем морозиться.
The doctor doesn't dare give me a date. I have to see him every 15 days.
Every 15 days? You see your doctor or your mistress?
Вот этот справа чувак какой-то очень огромный.
Really the dog's life, Burke. The life of a fucking dog. Politicians steal, judges are crooked, storekeepers overcharge. Do they have to change their faces? No. These are honorable members of society. Unbelievable. Christ, you can't even feel secure in your own face. The dog's life, being a criminal. You know what I'd like to be? A boxer. I had promised, but... What the hell is that? That is my bodyguard. But he knows how to keep his mouth shut.
Forgive Theseus, but you won't deny that your man is spectacular, to say the least.
Ah, a grateful customer. Boccherini and I... By the way, he gave you your new papers, didn't he?
Yes, I got them from him last night, over dinner.
Over dinner? At home? He never used to let forged papers anywhere near his house. That old bastard is so decrepit, he can't even control his farting.
I don't know if it's his age or what it is, but I don't think he's at his best. In any case, he came up with the goods, and I have my papers.
Right. This way.
Bluffing again.
Son of a bitch.
It's called a poker face, you amateurs.
Well, well, well. Here we are. I admire you. I admire you. You got balls on you, like two left hooks. A chick turns you down, you fuck her anyway. Your family turns you in. So, second smiles all round. Your face on the front pages, you get yourself a new one.
Довольно сложный выбор на самом деле. Можно ответить с юмором, как этот чувак любит, он так и смотрю, шутит постоянно. Но он какой-то подозрительный. Если... Да, ответим с юмором.
I never liked it that much anyway, you know?
Speak for yourself. For me, my face is like my cock. I'm too fond of it.
Speaking of my family...
Why is that piece of shit laughing?
Theseus.
Ah, you'll find a good beating does the trick. Wait. I know that face from somewhere.
You do?
Yes. Where the hell do I know it from? Ah, doesn't matter. I don't spend much time with living Negroes. So, you come to me from Vermont to spend $1 million fucking dollars on such unique merchandise. Why? What are you going to do with it? You got me intrigued, you know.
Давайте скрытно.
If you need to know before you can do the deal, I'm afraid that my $1 million and I will have to walk out the way we came in.
Okay, okay. I don't need to know. You pay me, I hand it over. That's the way we do these things. By the way...
What? You think I'd fall for that?
Son of a bitch!
Bring it! Of all the men I have on Alligator 3, only he dares to touch it. The rest are terrified. Bunch of faggots.
That's just what I wanted to ask you about. Your bodyguard. What extra protection does he offer you? And against what?
Sly as a fox. The best thing about him is he isn't human. Well, he's human, but you understand me. I don't believe he can think or feel. If the latest rumors are true, it'll do me no harm to have him close by.
Что за слухи?
He's back.
Of course. Capone. Are you serious? You think he's a threat?
Oh, you don't know him.
How old is he? 80?
A little over 60. But that's not the issue. He's Al Capone. He's like a retired boxer. All the technique, no reflexes. If he catches you off guard, you're dead meat. Stay on guard, and you'll take him out before he even sees you. And I think he's coming after me.
Ну, перейдем прямо к сути.
I know there's more. Spill.
You know? Did Boccarini tell you?
He told me. Is she here?
Boss.
Here? No.
Boss.
We emptied the cargo
It's
zone just...
important.
The cargo zone?
Схитрим.
The cargo zone? Ah, Boccherini mentioned something.
So you had dinner last night with Boccherini?
Yes.
Of course, he probably cooked you his specialty.
Lasagna. Delicious. He didn't tell me it was a specialty, but I've no doubt it was.
Da. So, do you have the false papers he gave you? Just that with all this talk of him getting old, I'd like to see if he's lost his touch.
Don't worry about that. I checked them thoroughly, and they're absolutely perfect. He's
Походу,
still on good form.
прошел слушок, что Боккерини мертв. И вот они начали кипишевать немножечко.
I see. This just confirms my suspicions. You know, I fear you may have been robbed. It turns out they just found a body in a nice part of town. A recent suicide, it would seem. Apparently he jumped from a high place. He landed feet first, and his thigh bones burst his lungs. But the face was intact. Well, that's a figure of speech. He had recently been operated on. And, to get back to the subject, in his pocket, he had the papers Boccherini gave to you.
Milton!
Ох и бокопоры.
Don't let them get close to me!
Ну что, давайте пару хедиков раздадим, чтобы они поняли, с кем имеют дело. Ведь это реальные геймеры. Ого, неплохо он скинул шмоток.
Milton, the door. At your command, Mr. Ness.
Come on! It's a pleasure to be me again.
Shut the hot cheese!
We have to get him and have a little chat.
Protect Ivan now! Don't let them get to the boss! So, everything's gonna work out fine, huh?
If someone hadn't thrown someone off the side of a Zeppelin...
Well, Alphonse gets these crazy notions.
Alphonse.
Так, вот этот автоматчик мне не очень по душе, как и управление мышью в данной игре. Но мы справимся с любыми трудностями.
How about grabbing a gun and helping me?
I don't like shooting. I prefer the human touch.
Why does Capone send me a bodyguard who won't shoot?
I'm not your bodyguard, Ness. I'm here to watch you.
Опа.
They're heading for the machine room.
There's only two of them, for God's sake!
По-моему, я прострелил ему печень.
I'll take the Negro.
Малек. Решил взрыв устроить на подводной лодке, где люки задраены.
Start the immersion and activate the alarm!
Ух ты!
I want the secret
Of what?
of your blueberry pie.
In your dreams.
Прямо выстрел заловика выдержал. Молодец. Справа. Я хочу назад пистолет. Я только дробовики люблю в Думе каком-нибудь, где приходится кромсать и решетить.
Kill them! Kill them!
Как же так?
You, me.
Okay, we've got a way out.
You can drive that thing?
I'll have to.
Let's go.
Not yet. Ivankov mentioned the cargo zone when I tried to get information about the girl. I have to investigate.
Ну, я думаю, переговоры мы максимально
All
вели
yours. I'll stand guard.
профессионально.
Without a gun?
I always carry one.
No.
I prefer not to use it unless I have to.
They could have killed us.
But they didn't. You should be proud of yourself. Not bad at me.
Просто, наверное, так задумал автор, что все-таки мы должны были стреляться и поссориться. Так.
Why don't you like shooting?
I did it once. I wasn't good at it. Never again.
You're not going to help me?
No.
No?
I'm not a detective, and there's too much blood in this tragedy to put it down.
You want blood? I promise you, we've got oceans of it right here. And unlike the blood in your Shakespeare, this is real.
Yet another reason.
Что ж, не будем приставать к Нигеру, к нашему другу. Пойдем далее. Так. Что-то... Ага, вот пошло. Когда-то оно не туда вообще. Все. Apollo 42, Александр КК-6. Почему я ниже не могу опуститься? Судя по всему, мне пока да, ничего не надо. Ничего не здесь какие-то бои устраивают.
My God, what is this? Bloody paw prints. Made by dogs, most likely. Blood stains trampled by the bare feet of at least 4 different people.
Не обязательно собачьи, может быть и волки, смотрели, они такие довольно большие, если сравнивать с следами человеческими.
The boots that left these prints were fairly new, to judge by the clean outline of the sole.
Да, я же сказал, это бои.
Looks like a scoreboard. Some of the competitors have letters and a number, but towards the end there are others that only have a number.
Что? Аполло.
Ivankov said he dreamt of becoming a boxer. Did his dreams come true down here? There's more than blood on here. There's chunks of brain. The leather's ripped, torn. By teeth?
Я пока, если честно, не понимаю, что именно мы расследуем. Промышленную зону. Это какая-то супер огромная мега подводная лодка, в которой там 3 этажа. Они там на лифте прям ездят. 50 тысяч человек живет, еще и бои устраивают. Или я где-то просто потерял нить, и мы не на подводной лодке, а просто в порту.
Based on what I got out of Ivankov and these pieces of evidence, I guess he's a human trafficker. Is there evidence that proves Ivankov was trafficking in humans?
Нет.
They invented these less than 20 years ago to make life easier for lumberjacks. I wonder how long it was before the mob was using them for their own ends. This is fresh blood, not more than a day old. Dried blood. Been there a while. Marks left by the chainsaw, no doubt. I think they tried to clean up urine stains with some kind of powerful cleaning product made with ammonia. Animal fur. The marks seem to have been made by teeth, although I can't be sure. Just a number.
Интересно. Так, что-то мы здесь пропустили. Шерсть, следы зубов, моча и просто номер. Что-то здесь не так.
Bullet casings. He probably shot at whatever was in the cage. A cross painted by hand in blood. Was it the prisoner's own hand and their own blood?
Крест? Я вообще не вижу здесь крест. Не, ну крест я вижу, но как будто он не намеренно нарисован, а просто наляпано кровью. Ладно, детектив знает больше.
Sickening smell, revolting stains. This was a toilet for whoever was locked up here. The diameter of these shackles is pretty conclusive. Wrists or ankles. There's still some water and the food hasn't dried out completely. This cage was occupied recently.
Мы отстаем всего лишь на шаг.
I think it says Abdelkader, the owner of the biggest prostitution ring in Santa Esperanza.
Скорее всего, названо в его честь.
3 Ks. Holy Christ.
Я думаю, что здесь покупали людей, чтобы выставлять их на бои. И в честь хозяина этого человека называли бойца. Ого.
Jesus.
Ну, я хочу посмотреть еще. С другого ракурса показали бы. Так, давайте откроем доску. Ветка у нас сегодня только одна. Значит, торговали людьми.
Human bodies, dismembered and piled up like trash.
Согласен.
Recent traces of food and drink.
Давай.
A bucket that contained extra cages are labeled.
И...
Shackles the right size for wrists, and no doubt about it. There were people in these cages. The size of the shackles, the troughs for food and drink, and the buckets for waste prove it. Can I prove that the people held here were sold?
Продали.
A scoreboard, like a knockout tournament.
Но мы можем только использовать
The cages are labeled with letters, or names and numbers.
имена. Клиенты.
Can I prove that the people held here were sold?
Да вроде нет. Больше у нас нет никаких данных по этому поводу.
Human bodies, dismembered and piled up like trash.
Нужно искать дальше. Так, а не говорите, что это все? А, вон там еще есть. Меня вот интересует этот список. Он не просто здесь висит. Я что-то здесь... Левая колонка это объект, а вторая колонка это вес. Вес. KKK 6-2. То есть это выставляли человека против животного. KKK дрался с животным номер 6. Я так понимаю. Аполло 42. Ну, по весу... Странно. Так, ну там мы все обыскали, пойдем выше. Может быть, здесь какие-то улики найдем. Так.
Damn, where's the key?
Угу. Еще один квестик нам. Найти ключ. Судя по всему, он в офисе. Логично. Стоп. Душевая.
They're still damp. Quite the contrast with the rest of the room. I'd almost say it was cleaner than my shower at home.
Так, а что там сверху? Трубы. Трубы подсвечены красным. Стоит отметить, что в первом эпизоде музыкальное сопровождение было, по-моему, намного как-то развлекательней. Я вот, например, помню процесс детективного расследования в доме. Он был такой, знаете, как сказать, увлекательный. А здесь музыка, я аж зевать начинаю. Так, ну не будем отвлекаться.
Could this be Sophia Capone? In any case, it seems that someone paid an extremely high price.
Да, почти. В 2 раза больше, чем за остальных.
Specific orders. Short, red-haired adolescent. Middle-aged white man. Young Negro girl. Looks like Ivankov was paid for some of them, but some were rejected. I wonder how many death sentences came out of this thing. Guido Colombo. According to Capone, that's the name Sophia's kidnapper used to pass himself off as her uncle when he took her from the school. We owe this beautiful work of forgery to the talent of Carlo Boccherini. May he rest in peace. A receipt from the most expensive children's clothes store in Santa Esperanza, issued yesterday. Kulikov, the most versatile vodka in the world. No doubt about it. Ivankov likes boxing. I knew it. Ha!
Я так и не понял, чему он обрадовался. Тот лично сам сказал, что он любит бокс. Окей, что у нас здесь? Сменил код. И что это может значить? То, что мы его и не знаем даже примерно. KKK 2.6, что там. Я думаю, что мы можем посмотреть этот код на доске или на журнале, если он еще будет активен. Нет. Да, на доске, потому что там Аполло, какой-то боец, был обведен очень часто. Он выделялся. Я думаю, дело именно в нем. Сейчас посмотрим. Так, значит, выбираем ветку клиенты.
According to Ivankov's register, the labels on the cages could refer to the customers who buy human merchandise from Ivankov. I base this assumption on the register, in which some of the pieces are marked as acceptable and paid for, and others are not. What does he do with the ones that are rejected? Cages that likely house dogs.
Травил собаками.
Chewed and stained with blood and body tissue.
убивал
A metal
и
table on which bodies were
расчленял.
mutilated recently.
Ну ладно, тогда...
Human bodies. A scoreboard, like a knockout tournament.
Прощения.
With all the pieces that are rejected by his customers, Ivankov organizes fights, probably to the death, between prisoners and between prisoners and dogs. Maybe even between prisoners and his own men. What is the fate of those that lose?
Их
A metal table
расчленяют
on which bodies were
и
mutilated
кидают
recently. Human bodies, dismembered and piled up like
специализированный
trash. It seems
бокс
clear
для
that those
этого.
that lose in combat are hacked to pieces. Some of them while they're still alive. I'd say they're then thrown into the water, but there's no proof.
Окей, ветка готова. Теперь нам нужно что делать с детьми и открыть тот блять, как он называется? Поло 4270 209 209 пароль. Я думаю. Да, победителя пола 209. Все. Другого, я думаю, у нас нет предположения. Я думаю, оно единственное верное. Таран! Да, приятные такие квесты, интуитивно понятные, разнообразные.
Bingo.
Нет этого вот дебильного пиксель-хантинга, все выделено. Создано все, чтобы нас с вами развлекать. Так, ну этот летсплей на любителя, конечно, довольно такой скучный, потому что сама игра детективная. Но следующий будет стратегия, я уже выбрал. Это будет turn-based strategy под названием XCOM. Постараемся пройти. Я недавно смотрел на него ревью, мне очень понравился.
The giant container has been used to hold children. Was Sophia Capone held in the container?
Так, Софию, как мы можем узнать, держали ее или нет? В общем, там будет повеселее, я думаю. А те, кто не любит стратегии, позже я запишу экшен. Там вообще будет трэш мочилово и хардовое прохождение. Там будем пить пиво, веселиться. Да, 3 трусики детские.
Doesn't look like the dress Capone said Sophia was wearing.
Шаловливые ручки.
Boy's underwear. Dirty.
Well, Sophia was wearing a blue dress with flowers that I personally ordered for her from Italy. She was also wearing white ballet shoes with daisies embroidered on them.
Так, ну что ж, уже мы знаем, что Иванков сделал назло. Это перед выходом Аль Капоне украл его дочь, за которую кто-то очень неплохо заплатил. Но также мы видели в первом эпизоде заставку, где она сидит в какой-то сектантской... Я даже не знаю, как это назвать. Организации, подвале.
What do you have to do to a child before they draw something like that?
Так, что у нас есть? У нас есть София Капоне. Значит...
A girl's shoe identical to the one that Capone said his granddaughter Sophia was wearing. Someone paid a lot of money for a piece of merchandise.
Почему мы не можем это использовать?
A hefty receipt for children's clothes with yesterday's date.
Нет, шампунь и...
Towels that are still...
влажное полотенце. Что-то мы пропустили. Ну что?
These prisoners were treated reasonably well, all things considered.
Как мы еще можем подтвердить это место?
The forgeries belonging to Sophia Capone's kidnapper. A shoe, identical to the one described by Capone, and the documents used by the person pretending to be Sophia's uncle make it certain that she was held here. Sophia Capone was here, but did she get out?
Нет. Нет и еще раз нет.
Someone paid a lot of money for a piece of merchandise that, according to the register, Ivankov was paid for Sophia, which means she was handed over to his customer. Sophia Capone got out of here, but did she get out alive? Towels that are still damp. A hefty receipt for children's shampoo. The damp towels, the children's shampoo, and the receipt from the children's clothes shop indicate that they washed and dressed the children before taking them away. I strongly doubt that they washed them just to kill them, so there is reason to believe that Sophia Capone is still alive. We're done here. Let's go.
Already? I thought I'd have time to finish Act 4.
Are you doubting my efficiency as a detective?
That would depend on the quality of your conclusions.
Какой-то наглый чернокожий друг, я так вам скажу. Давайте посмотрим, что происходило здесь. Хотя мы уже все знаем. Но визуализация поможет.
Ivankov is a human trafficker. He has various customers who make specific requests. Slavers, imps, God knows what else. He kidnaps them and puts them in these cages, shackling them and feeding them like animals until he's ready to complete the order. When he has enough, or maybe when the designated day comes around, his customer comes here and decides which of his catches are satisfactory and which are not. What does he do with the rejects? For many people, this would be a problem, but not for Ivankov.
Да, конечно, жестко.
Like a true boxing fan, he organizes fights between the failed candidates. Bloody tournaments, possibly to the death.
Подобное место.
I'm sure his men place bets, and that the whole sick spectacle, like the Roman circus, helps keep morale high. But, as in the circus, it's not just people that fight. There are animals too. In these cages, Ivankov kept dogs. He forces the survivors to fight them, wearing boxing gloves, until the dogs tear them apart. And if anyone survives, Ivankov's own men finish the job. This leads us to the next problem. What does Ivankov do with the bodies? Easy. He cuts them up on this table, one by one, alive even, if they had the bad luck not to die in the arena. And then, I don't know, maybe he throws them overboard, but that's always risky. Maybe if we interrogate him when he wakes up, he can tell us more. But that's not what really interests us. What really interests us is what's inside, or what was inside this container. In recent weeks, Ivankov has kidnapped 9 children for an anonymous client who pays him a fortune for each one of them. The most expensive item of all has been given the initials SC, our Sophia, as proved by one of her shoes, which I found in there. Today, or possibly last night, the customer took delivery of the children and paid in full. Before this, Ivankov bought them new clothes and gave them a shower. Why would he do that? Is it to sell them into adoption and wealthy families? I very much doubt it, but I can't figure out another reason. What I do think is that his client doesn't want to leave loose ends. I think he forced him to get rid of the rest of his prisoners. This is why they organized fights yesterday, dismembered the combatants, and even killed all the dogs.
Are you joking?
No.
Oh, man. Let's take this piece of shit to Capone.
What?
They're old friends. I'm sure Alphonse will be happy to...
Out of the question. You saw what he did to Burke. You want him to do it again? Want us to lose another witness? Christ, 20 years ago I let a child murderer slip through my fingers. I won't let that happen again. What if the two cases are related?
Not gonna persuade you, am I?
No.
Okay.
Ну, в принципе, мы это и ожидали. В смысле, я. Ну что ж, ребята, давайте, наверное, закончим первую часть второго эпизода на этом масштабном открытии и продвижении в нашей детективной истории. Я думаю, вам понравилось. Ставьте лайк, подписывайтесь на канал. С вами был Брейнитер, и это реальные геймеры.